Hi, my name is Catherine. Welcome to my channel, Stitching in Costume. Hi, my friend. I'm so happy you could join me. If you're returning, I really appreciate you coming back. And if you're new, this is where I talk about my stitching, cross stitch, sewing, historical costume, things like that. Today, it's mostly about cross stitch. I have a lot of stuff on the table here. I've been trying to get ready to do this for most of the day. I feel like I've been clawing my way here. It is Saturday, April 30th, and this is my Flosstube number 18. So let's jump right in. I've been working on a lot of things, and I would like to start off with Whip Go. So I've been doing my book of days. Let me pull up my April just to kind of show you. I've been stickering and writing down. I do stitch every day, and I've been trying to really keep track well of all of the things that I've been working on. So that's what my book looks like. A little bit crazy, right? I do a lot of different things, but that is just a representation of what my life kind of looks like at the moment. It just feels like, ooh, I just feel like I've been bouncing all over the place and really enjoying my stitching, but and trying to stay focused on at least my Whip Go projects, those two major focus pieces that I have during the month, and yet do other things, whatever tickles my fancy. So, okay, so let's jump in. So Whip Go was something started by Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and I'm going to try to link all of this below so you can see it below or sideways, wherever it is now. So she started this movement to really try to chip away at our whips. So you put a bunch of whips on your bingo board, and she calls the two numbers during the month, and you work on those two projects. So my first project up I'm going to share with you is Christmas Garden, and this is by Blackbird Designs. Let me pull out the chart so you can see it. And it's out of this book, Home for the Holidays. I'm going to show you the full chart, what it will look like. Well, I picked different colors, so it's not going to look exactly like the beautiful photograph, but it's going to be pretty anyway. So that's Christmas Garden. Let me see if I can get there and not show you too much. That's, again, that book. And the flosses I'm using, well, let me pull it up and show you. So this is on a 36 count vintage purled barley by Lakeside. So, I mean, I really wanted to stay with this fabric. I had started with it and gotten all the way around the border, and the colors I chose had this yellow in it. And I was hoping it would look more gold, but it didn't. And I kept trying to, trick my eyes and say, hey, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine, and push on it. And I ended up not being in love with it, and it languished in my stash of projects for quite a while until it got pulled out for Whip Go. And when I pulled it out, I thought, well, it's going to be okay. And I tried to convince myself, and eventually I just, listened to the wiser words of Katie Strachan, who said, bite the bullet, start pulling out the yellow. So that's what I did. That's been my major focus for this, is removing what was all yellow up there. I mean, I still have little bits of yellow that I may leave. I may leave the yellow in the pots and just work with it. But I feel so much better. Thank you, Katie. I feel so much better about this piece. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more primitive. It's still going to pop with that red, and the green, but it's not going to scream at me now. So that is Christmas garden where I am so far. So what I've mostly done is removing the yellow bits and pieces, and I finished this red bird, and I started up on that middle part there. So yay, it's back in my heart. I really love it. I always loved it. It was really, sometimes it's those tiny little things that can hang you up. The one color, or you made a mistake. It's not a big mistake, but you just go, oh no, now I have to fix something. And then you get sidetracked and you think, oh, I'll work on something else. So I'm really glad, for Whipco to do that, to make me pull that out and refocus on that. It's wonderful. So this Home for the Holidays is fantastic, and while I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and show you this work in progress, which I was supposed to finish, and I didn't finish. I did almost nothing. Anyway, so what I am doing is, with Kim Goldman and Merritt Crawford, are doing this wonderful idea of doing all of these stockings that are in Home for the Holidays. And the idea was there's 5, to do one a month for 5 months, and then finish them and have new stockings for Christmas ornaments. So I love that idea. I embrace that idea, and I got that much done so far. So you can see I've got first 3, and then on this one here, I kind of lost steam. I did a few bands of that stocking. So that's stocking number 4. Let's see if I can show you what that will look like. I kind of stalled out because I was pushing on other projects, and that one just I don't know. I love it. It's really beautiful. So it doesn't seem like it's going to take me that much longer, but I always say that. And it's actually a lot, I don't know. It's not a lot of stitching. It's just me being that way. So it's 35 count linen that I coffee dyed myself, and I am using Classic Color Works Belle Soie in poinsettia. It's the same red that I am doing with the Christmas garden. So let's see here. I think it's poinsettia. It is cranberry. So that is the red I'm doing on that. And then I also have this Mariska's red by XJU Designs. And I'm kind of highlighting different little aspects of that as I go. So you can see on this one, I put the lighter red on the house. So yes, again, apologizing ahead of time for the lack of ironing. It's like really all I can do. It was all I could do to get here today. My husband, you'll hear the lawnmower going in the background. It's that Saturday afternoon after the nap. I got to get the lawn mowed kind of situation. So, all right, that was Whipco number 1, and number 2 is Jane Stanwyck's. Now I was so thrilled. I have been dying to start Jane Stanwyck's for since I kitted it up like last year, like early in the year. I think I had the chart for over a year, and then I started to put together the flosses for it. I just pulled things that I thought would work for it. Had a piece of fabric, but I hadn't started it, and it just kept winking at me from my basket. So it wasn't until it was called as the April, one of the April things for me, that I pulled it out. Again, it's pretty wrinkled, but I'm really happy with it. So this is a 36 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works, and that's where I am. Ooh. I'm almost done with that big house, and really happy with the colors that I pulled. So let me say, this is 36 count. Did I say 36 count parchment? Yes, I did. And these are my flosses. Isn't that a cute floss drop? These are from Treehouse Fiber Arts floss toss. They are so cute. I've had those for a while. So those had to be my floss holders for my Jane Stanwyck's project. Let me talk a little bit about the color I chose. I think I've talked about this before, but that red is Cupid by, let me pull it out. I think it's Classic Colorworks Cupid. Yes, Classic Colorworks Cupid for that red. And the red in the tulips is Current by the Gentle Art. So those are the two reds. And then I have various other things that I've pulled. That's the blue is Peacock for the outside border, and it will be up in the alphabet. I guess I should show you the chart. You're like, that's nice, Catherine, but what does the rest of it look like? The picture on the chart is not terribly huge, so that's what the final project will look like. And again, let me show you one more time where she lives right now. That's where I'm trying to be all fancy with my board here. I should have attached it a little bit better. And that's where it is. So yeah, I feel like once I get through that bottom part, the alphabet will go fast. So I'm having a really good time with it, and because it's a 36 count, it's pretty easy for me to see. And so this is something that once I get that block outlined, I can really fill stuff in. So I've got most of the windows done. I just need to fill in with the darker color and then do the door and all that good stuff. So that's easy TV watching kind of stitching. I would tell you what I'm watching. I don't know if you guys, anyway, I'll talk about TV at some other point. We kind of get into different programs, my husband and I, and we'll sit and then we'll find something that we really like and we'll watch all of it, and then it takes us a while to find something else, you know, that we really enjoy watching together. But we're into something now that I'll tell you later. Okay, so let's go on. So that's my whip go. So what was called for the next one? Well, for May, number 4, number 8, and then the free space was called. So 3 different projects. So for number 14 was for me, Elizabeth Isles. Now I'm very excited about getting back to this one. And this is a chart that we are doing for the beautiful Laura Duet. It's her birthday start, or her birthday project that everybody started on January 1st. And that is what the project is. I'm not planning on doing the bird at this point. I'm going to replace it with something else from the Dutch Beauty chart. I'll show you in a second. What I love so much about this are all the angels in the border. I think it's so unusual and beautiful. So this is by the Scarlet House. And I called for DMCs. And I have a variety of floss drops from different friends on here. And let me show you where I am. So because it's called for the upcoming month, I haven't worked on it anymore since I showed it to you last. I don't think I have. This is where I am on it. Now, let me say that, what do I have this on? 36 count. It's Picture This Plus Sand. Isn't that pretty? That modeling is just like so perfect. And so what I'm doing with the angels, that's why I'm excited to get back to it, is I'm trying to make designs for the different angels. So I'm trying to reflect people in my life that have passed. And so that one is my aunt. I have other people that I want to put on here, but there's like little things that I need to chart in order to make it reflect their personality to me. So that one. And so what I did, I started to do all the angels, and then I was watching Susan Standley, and I think she had her progress on it, and she had gone all the way around the border with that half stitch. I said, how brilliant is that? I don't need to do both lines of that border to go all the way around and have my border meet. I could just do one of them and do the half stitch, and then kind of make a mark where it's going to transition, and then come back and fill it in. And that way I'm not like investing all this time into like, these are, I'm really thinking them through, and I'm picking colors, and I'm just kind of, really personalizing it. I don't want to go through all the trouble of doing that and then find out that I made a mistake. We all do it, right? And then have to go back and pull something out. So that is where I am. I'm going to dive back into this in May, and my goal is to hopefully at least get the border to meet. That's bare minimum is what's going to happen with this, and then come back and start to really have fun. I'm having so much fun with those angels. So what I'm going to do with instead of the bird, my plan at this point, and it could change because I know birds are the thing now, right? I was watching Kim, the Contented Stitcher, and she was showing she has so many beautiful birds that she's finished. And so I made a comment saying, I said pears at one point, I was all into pears. Pears are the new strawberry, and now I think birds are the new pear. So yeah, birds are the thing. I need to embrace the birds a little bit more. So, but for this, I don't know. I just kind of felt that maybe a deer would be something I would like to put in this sampler. And I looked at this deer and I kind of counted it out. I think it's all going to fit. We have a lot of deer where we live, and every night we get to see them, and they wander in the meadows around us. So that's where I think I'm going to put the deer, is right there. So that's my plan. We'll see. We'll see how I do. I don't know. The more I look at that bird, though, the more I might just do it just like that. I'm always off from that decision. I have a lot to look at. In the meantime, let me keep these things all together. So now there is a free space. Now on the bingo board, there's a free space too. So I was like, well, for the free space, I should put Anne Uffendale because I want to finish her, but I could start something maybe. So what I'm leaning towards is a start in my free space. And I'm not doing Mania, where Mania is something that they started, I forget who started it, I'm sorry. But the idea was to do one new start a day in May, and that way you're getting a lot of new starts. That means eventually you'll get a lot of finishes, right? It makes me a little nervous, the concept of starting something every day like that. I'd have to start a bunch of small things, I think, but I do feel like I can embrace a couple of starts for May. So one of the starts that I am going to be doing with my friend Andrea. Hi, Andrea, from Instagram. She's still 69, I believe. I will link her below. She is a great Instagrammer, and she posts a lot of really fun projects, and she's a lot of fun. She's always teasing me about pears, me and pears. Okay. But so I said, listen, I was talking last time on my Flosstube how I wanted to do Harriet Goddard. And she said, oh, I'll start that with you. So she said, well, pick a day in May. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking May 1st, right? But it can't be May 1st because I think Bren and Karen from Fox and Rabbit are doing a big start. And a lot of people from Australia and that area are... they're starting that. So I said, well, gee, what day can I pick in May? I don't know. It just popped into my head, the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. Why? I don't know. But anyway, I have wanted to start this for a while. Ever since Brenda from Brenda and Laura showed this, I just loved it. Isn't that pretty? And it's one of the spiral bound from Hands Across the Sea. So they're really delightful to work with. I'm going to be doing Harriet on a piece of 40 count Geo Vanilla by Tropical Stitches. So, ooh, this fabric is beautiful. Let me put it on the board so you can see the colors. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. And yeah, somebody was talking about, one of the Flosstubers I watch was talking about fabrics and different fabrics feeling different, and I don't know what it is about. It's like art. Some of them feel better, and this one just feels so like beefy. You know, it's like it's on the thicker side. Really wonderful to stitch with. So that's what I chose for Harriet. And then I have the Victoria Clayton silks. She puts together silk packs. And I showed this last time and they went running all over the place. So let me see if I can just, sorry for the zipping, if I can just pick them up and show you really quick. Really pretty colors. So I've got the blues, pinks, that really pretty blue. There's red. This one's called fish pepper. And there's 3 more. Let me show you this because they're all so pretty. I might put them on the floss drops. We'll see. I kind of do that with my silks sometimes. This one is the OMG red. Look how bright and pretty that one is. And then a really pretty light pink. So many beautiful colors in this. I really can't wait to start. And so on the 4th, that is going to get a start. And I think I will be starting in the upper portion here and working across and coming down. That's my plan. So, whew, yes. So that is my free space. And I'm taking advantage of that free space and starting something new. And again, you're not going to see me starting a lot of things. There's one more thing I want to start though for May, and I will get into that in a second. You know, let me show you my finishes. Do I have any cross stitch finishes? Not as such. What happened was Easter came. And it came hopping up on its little bunny feet. And I said, oh, I feel like I need to have some stuffed bunnies. Why do I need stuffed bunnies? I don't know. But I have a lot of sweet little fabric knick-knack stash. And I thought, I'll just do some bunnies. So I went online and I found some free patterns that I'll link one of them below. I think it's Farmhouse, French Farmhouse, I think is what she calls her site. So I made a bunch of bunnies. I was watching Lori Textilist one day and I just started making a bunch of bunnies. And so that's what I did. And let me show you. Oh, this one is good. There's my white one. And this was supposed to be his tail and that his front foot, but it just, when I made it, I got a little rubbed up with him and it looks kind of like he's going, like he's running and jumping. Whee! So that's the way that one looks. I put a little bow on him. Still deciding whether or not I want to put eyes on him. I'm kind of happy with him just the way he is. I made a little tail out of, what is that? Roving. Well, roving. He is stuffed with polyfill and a little bit of walnut shell in there just to make him kind of hefty. And then this one out of the red tall. And you can see there's got a little girl with a basket on it. Very happy with this one. And I did another little one to match. And then sorry for the reaching. my stuff's kind of all spread over my table. So those are my bunnies. Very happy with that little project. And, you know, I just thought, oh, I'll just whip them up. Yes, I did. It took me 4 hours, you know, to whip them up. And I didn't stitch on any cross stitch that day. I have a million projects, but that was fun. And they live in my little tiered tray that I have. So that was one finish. Again, I have one more finish that is not cross stitching, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I'm pushing on here. So, you know, well, I don't know if you know, but I do like historical costuming. And I had a project that I have done that I can't find. So it's a chemisette, which is like kind of a fake collar that goes underneath dresses to, you know, provide modesty and protect you from the sun and all of that. So anyway, I made another one. So what it is basically just a little half shirt that's open, and you just tie it around. This goes over the top of your slip, your stays, then this goes on, and then the dress gets put on over the top of this. So I just sewed on some lace all the way around, and this is a pattern that I have a friend of mine did for costume college, and she taught a class, and I weaseled my way into the class by telling her I would help her teach. So she let me come in and wander around the class, and then eventually she said, just go sew it. So anyway, my other one, I don't know where it is. It's got tucked away in the move, and I can't find it. So there's my second one, and I'm hoping to, we'll see if I have time later on today. I might put a costume on and then throw it in this video somewhere. If I have time, we'll see. I don't know. So those were my finishes, and let me talk next about friends. Hey, Flosstube friends. So I have met so many nice people through the stitching community. One of the nicest people that I have had the honor of chatting with back and forth, we type back and forth. She has sent me a card and a project, and it's so sweet. Daylene Wilson. Her birthday is coming up May, so I think it's next Friday, and I just wanted to say happy birthday, Daylene. If you're watching before your birthday, I just wanted to say hello. If you guys know Daylene or you follow her on Instagram, I believe she's Wilson Daylene on Instagram, so it's reversed. And pop on and say happy birthday to her. She is one of the treasures of this community. She is so positive and uplifting and spreads joy wherever she can. She just got the biggest heart I've ever seen. So hi, happy birthday. Okay, so let's jump into my whips. I've got a lot of other things that I'm working on and things that I have been focusing on. So I'm going to start to share some of those with you. One of the projects that I pulled out this month is MMEW. Let me just kind of grab it off the stack here. So this is on a piece of Lakeside. So again, this was something that I put together and started to work on just with the DMC, and then eventually I started to go rogue on it and just kind of throw all different colors on there. So that is my colorway that I'm working with so far. You never know, I might throw something else on there. And what I wanted to do was to focus on a certain part of this beautiful sampler. I guess I could show you the picture of the sampler. This is just a working copy. So that is this beautiful sampler, and it is by Samplers and Such. I'm not sure if it's still in print, actually. I think I got this on eBay, and I just love how I just love it. I love all of the motifs. I love how colorful it is. Everything about this it ticks all my boxes, as they say. And I picked a piece of 40 count vintage light exemplar by Lakeside. And this was back, I guess it was a couple of years ago that I started to kit this up. So it feels like it was pre-pandemic. And it didn't feel like Lakeside would be as impossible to find as it is now. I am so glad, though, that this is something that I, had in my stash to start this project. So let's see if I can pull it up for you. This is where I am. And what I worked on this month was the crucifix and the lamb next to it. Let me get in and see if I can get in closer for you. About this, I showed it to my son and he's like, oh, because of the graphic nature of that, it's so vivid, and I can just see that little girl that was stitching it, how fascinated she was with that whole, it just feels like she really, just the whole thing about it. It's just so vivid. It's so, it pulls you in, and I can just see her being really, really interested in all of the motifs, but that, the blood spilling out into the cup, and anyway, my goal was to finish that for Easter, which I did, and I was so happy. On Easter Day, I put in the blue lamb, and I think it's interesting that he's blue. It was to go with the blue of, I feel like it's royal blue, kind of. And, the Adam and Eve. The corgi was not a part of it. I added that. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the corgi. We'll see. I probably will. And all the birds, the peacock. And like I said, I've just been kind of choosing colors at this point that I think are beautiful. And I've put a bunch on my floss ring so I can pick and choose what I'm going to go with going forward. So will I pull it out this month? I'm not sure. It's nice to be able to just do a little motif and move on. So I might pull it out. It's one of my up in my sewing room afternoon relaxing kind of a motif, and you feel like, whew, I've got something done. So that was one of my whips. Let me move on to consider the lilies. Okay, so this is a project I think you've all seen by now, Christy Crosshatch Quilts, her finish of it. No words. It is absolutely amazing, and it made me like almost fall down running to get this so that I could start stitching on it again. Now I have been kind of pulling it out every Sunday kind of religiously. That is what I work on, is consider the lilies. And even if I'm just doing one flower or a bit of a page, I'm trying to pick it up, and I really want to make this a focus, but you'll see. I want to get Anne Uffendale done before I really push on this, but I might, this for sure is going to be my Sunday stitch. And let me show you where I am on this. It's enormous. It's on a piece of 36 count sand, right? I think that's what we have here. It's on 36 count sand castle by Silk Weaver, and I'm using all the called for floss, which it's quite the list of floss. And what I did is I laminated the floss key, and I just stuck it on here, so I have it on my floss ring. So let's see here. I did get all of it outlined all the way around like I've shown you before. And so what I worked on this time was finishing up the peacock. I think I did a couple more flowers, and I did that motif right there last Sunday, and I think I did that flower. So it's slow going, but it's not because it's difficult. It's just I'm taking my time with it because there's so many other projects that I've been trying to push on, but this is just a beauty. It's so pretty, and like I said, Christy's finish, oh man, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's like Brenda and Laura said, it's like Emmy award winning Flosstube. She's great. So again, consider the lilies. Should I show you the chart? What's my deal here? This is what it will look like. So you can see I'm not very far chipping away at it. I'm right down here. So I've done some of this, and planning. I think I'm going to move over here, but I might zip up here and go across with the text and then work from that too. So gorgeous. Oof. If you're thinking about it, jump in. Let me know if you're doing it. I would love to follow you and follow your progress if you're on Instagram. It's so much fun to see how people are making progress on that one. I love it so much. Let me see if I've worked on this one. So this one, I'll show you anyway. This is Rosetta Featherstone, and this was a kit through Hobby House Needleworks. I'm not sure if you can still get Rosetta, but you could call them and see. That is what it will look like. It's a Hands Across the Sea, another little gem with a spiral bound. I'm doing this with the kit fabric, which is a 36 count antique lace by Seraphim. I don't think I've worked on this. I'll show you anyway. I mean, I got the border to meet. I think I did just a couple of the berries one day when I was listening to a floss tube and listening and watching, peeking up. That is the DMC. That came with the kit. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. Love Seraphim fabric too. And again, it's got a good hand. It's very nice. And the modeling is so subtle and beautiful. So Rosetta, I know she ended up on my my book of days. I keep track of the projects that I work on every day, and she was on there maybe one or two. And like an afternoon is what I do. I'll go up. I'll work on something generally every morning. Either something at the kitchen table like a red thread on a sampler, or let's see, I've been working on the Rose Cottage pin keep. I don't know if I brought that in. So yeah, I don't know if I did. Let me see here. All right. Oh, I did. Okay, but before that, I'm going to show you, in addition to Consider the Lilies, I'm also working on His Eyes on the Sparrow. And Colorado Cross Stitcher Sherry is working on it, and she's doing it 1/1, I think, on 25 count. I want to say 25 count. It's beautiful. I am using all the called for flosses, and I did put them on floss drops. I laminated the key so I could, and I haven't put all of them on the drops yet because it's been languishing. Let me see where I am on it. I really haven't worked on it in quite a while, but when I pulled out my Consider the Lilies, then I thought, well, let's just see where I am on this. I mean, I got the border to meet up. That's kind of a big part of it. This is on a 36 count Heartland, right? 32 count Heartland. Oh, maybe that's why. I was doing 2/2. Yeah, and I kind of lost steam on it, but isn't it pretty? Ooh, Really beautiful. And that's what I liked about it was the variegation. I like the modeling. I love the animal motifs. So I really want to get them both done. Again, another tablecloth. 32 count obviously is going to be bigger than 36 count. That's going to be interesting to find wall space. Well, I have wall space, but to frame them, get them done. But yeah, so pretty, the tulips. And I leave off. I don't know. I've left off mid motif. The needle's still in there. I probably, I think what happened was I was working on it and somebody showed Consider the Lilies, and I picked this up, threw it across the room, ran to the computer and bought Consider the Lilies, and then didn't look back. But this one, it's kind of calling to me again. After seeing Sherry's work on it, I thought, I got quite a bit done. I can pick that up too. Work in tandem, like Lisa Kindred Stitcher. She was doing that too, where she was doing a motif on each one every day. I don't know if she's still doing that, but boy, I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. Let's see. So I got that Blackbird stocking you saw. Rose Cottage Pin Keep. Let me grab that. So that one is Stacy Nash. And that is what it will look like when it's finished. It's not very big, but it's a good size. It's a good size. And I've been chipping away at this one too. This one is on, what did I put this on? Looks like, I know it's 36. Let me see. I've got the floss rings. Usually what I do is on my floss ring, I put a little tag on there and I say, I write down 36 count, picture this plus Heartland, which is getting hard to find, right? Hi Daly. And that's where I am on that. So easy stitching, like I said, 36 count, and another red house. I like the coverage, and I love the fabric, and I love the colors. But that's where I am with that. And what I plan to do is across this band, instead of putting initials, I'm going to do different motifs that I already charted them out. They're just little, like a bee skep and things that I would want in my rose cottage. I think like a spool, maybe scissors. We'll see. Yeah, we can't live without scissors. I might put a little scissors in there. So instead of all of the initials, that's what I'm gonna be putting in there. And so yeah, I'm making pretty good progress. I have the other urn to do and all the other things. So again, this is not a, right now I'm not in any kind of hard and fast rotation. I just pick things up as they call to me. And when I was working, I think Jane Stanwyck's, because it's got that red house as well. I get the two confused to some degree, and I think, that I worked on it, and it turns out that it was, one or the other that I had picked up, which is fine. I mean, they're both easy to work on. They're both 36 count. I can pick them up and watch TV with my magnifier and stitch away. So that's my Teresa Kogut bag. Isn't that cute? And this is just this little, I found it at the thrift store. It's like, it used to hold, I cleaned it. It held perfume in there. I don't know. I feel like I should put something inside of it, but that was cute. Okay, the biggest, best whip for last. Okay, well, if you watched my channel, You know, I'm working on Anne Tong Uffendale by Hands Across the Sea. This is the beautiful chart. Been working on her now for a couple of years, off and on, and I'm committed to finishing her this year. I'm hoping to finish her by my birthday. Instead of a birthday start, I want a birthday finish, although, let's be honest, I'll probably have a birthday start too. I'm doing her with the Call for a Versois on 36 count vintage pearled barley. Let me unroll her. I haven't looked at her. I've been saving it. I keep her very rolled up on my roller frame as I'm working on it, and I don't really even open it unless I'm going to show it to you. So I'm going to see it for the first time too. Let me show you what I did. So on the very bottom, I worked on the basket. I worked on the flowers, that tree. That was fun. And the birds in the tree, a couple of flowers, 1, 2, the crown, and then I came across and I did that flower there that I still need to put the leaves on. So I'm getting across the bottom there. That's my plan, my hope, my push. This stays on my frame. I work on other things, but this never leaves. It never leaves. It always stays out, covered. And then I do try to, I'm committed to working on it every day. So let's unroll it and take a look at her. Oh, she's so pretty. Roller frames are great. Vonna Pfeiffer talks a lot about roller frames. She has good videos on how to actually set them up and make them work for you. Not the best lighting today, but you get the gist. It's beautiful. That is her. Get a little closer. There you go. I'll stand behind it so I can get the light to stop seeping through. Yes, still what makes me nervous, I want to finish it, but there is still quite a bit of stitching. I have the over one at the top. I have all the satin stitches that go around. I'm going to start working some satin stitch pretty soon just to get a hand in it, to know how to approach it best, how to count it out and pat it and outline it and start to satin stitch. So I've done satin stitch before, but like I said, I've never done counted satin stitch where I've traced things on and then embroidered them, but I've never counted it out. So it's gonna work out. I'm enjoying her so much, and I love the floss. I love the Versois and the coverage it gives on a 36 count Lakeside. That is Anne Uffendale. So that's my last whip to share today. I have a couple other things I want to share with you. Where am I here? 48 minutes. I think I'm gonna have a start for May 1st. That's tomorrow. Well, I've got a lot going on tomorrow. I'm going to see a friend of mine in a play. So that's going to take up most of my day, but if I can squeeze in a visit to a shop up in Placerville, Kelsey's Needlework, I might do that. I'm hoping I can do that. Anyway, my day tomorrow is going to be kind of crazy, busy. And you know, I want to work on Anne. I want to work on Consider the Lilies. I'm not sure how that's all going to work out. It's all going to be fine. It's just cross stitch, right? But I want to start this one. This is, again, another one of those charts that just keeps talking to me. I just love it so much. Blackbird Designs, Feliz Navidad. I have all of the called for flosses. Like I said before, I've learned my lesson with Blackbird, and just trust them. They kind of know what they're doing there. And this is hand-dyed by Stephanie toasted almond that I have for it. So let me see if I can get my board behind it so you can see. This is a 36 count. Yes. 36 count is really my sweet spot right now. I mean, I do like the way the 40 count looks with the flosses, especially like Weeks floss, I think looks really good on 40 count, but 36 count is just a little bit easier for my eyes to work on. So I'm hoping if I have time tomorrow, even if I just do a small start on this, just for an hour, I could do that. Even if I just put these on proper drops, we'll see. But so that might be my big indulgence for May. My big, like what I'm doing that I don't want to go out of my comfort zone. We do this because it's fun for us. It gives us comfort. And I don't want to stress out about my stitching. That's why I say I want to finish Anne by my birthday. But you know what? It's okay. If it doesn't happen, I know I'm going to finish her this year. I know that. I do. So just want to have fun with it. Okay, let me share a little bit more for you. Okay. Let's see, up next. Well, there's some things that are on my radar. Definitely. Oh, before I go any further, I had a giveaway. Can I talk about that? Okay, the giveaway winner for Catherine Dickinson. The word you had to use was tree. You guys were so nice, giving me great sentences about your trees. Now I want a crabapple tree. I want a magnolia tree. I mean, there's so many beautiful things out there. So I just did the YouTube random comment picker, and I will insert the picture of the winner right here. So the winner is Counting Cross Stitches. Congratulations. You won this, and I will send it to you. Just I made a comment on your comment, and just send me a message through stitchingandcostume@gmail.com or on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Trinkety. So I forget all the time to say that's who I am on Instagram, is Trinkety. And so if you private message me there, I can get your information and send this your way, and we can start together. Maybe we'll start in May. I mean, I have it all kitted up pretty much. I just need to, I think I need to pull the fabric, but it's up on my table upstairs, and I have the fabric laying around, and I'm kind of deciding what I want to do it on. I almost want to do it on a 40 count, but we shall see. So that is the lucky winner there. I would like to share some really nice thing. So look at that beautiful chart. So the Charming Cow sampler, I was looking on Instagram, and my friend Cindy, who you guys all know, Cindy Stitches, she is probably one of the kindest Instagram and YouTube commenters. She says the nicest thing. She has the beautiful projects. And she's a prolific stitcher. She finished this, and I made a comment saying that is my favorite finish I've seen this year. It is so beautiful, colorful. It is beautiful. She sent it to me, which Cindy, again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. I don't have it kitted, but I know I've got the peacock colors. I know when I finish Jane Stanwig's, this will be my next start for sure. I have to get the fabric, fabrics, I have some fabrics, but you know what I'm thinking? I might just take this with me tomorrow if I go into that store. I need to start kitting it. I need to. So again, thanks, Cindy. Okay, so what else do I have to share with you? Oh gosh, I have a lot, and I'm 54 minutes in. All right, so up on my radar, like things that are like really catching my attention, I had in my stash is the Bristol berries. I would love to do this. Really want to do this. I don't have a red sampler going right now, and I think if I just do something, if I start it, I can do a small, and a little small red sampler berry would be a lot of fun. So that is on my radar. This one I just showed you, I have it kitted. So yeah, counting cross stitches, let me know when you get it kitted if you want to start this with me. I will start that. I got this interesting, this, it's not going to look like bells and whistles or anything, but look at that beautiful NPI. I was watching, Christy Crosshatch Quilts, when she showed her Consider the Lilies finish, I was like, ooh, her white looks so good. So I sent her a message, and I said, can I ask you what you use? So she said she went with NPI and needlepoint silk in the color. Let me see if I can pull it up with my eyes. What is this? Oh, 991 BB. And so I'm really excited to use this. The white that I have going was a called for white, but on my fabric it just kind of goes away, which is okay, but I'm gonna try this in place and see if that works out. So that was exciting to find that. I got a pack of bowen needles. Bowens are my favorites. I got a bunch of, I like 26 count. I don't know, I like a bigger needle. 26, 28 I work with, but I find that the way I thread my needle, let me get into that really quick. So I'm going to show you with this thing really quick. So this is something I found at a local store, and all it is a magnetic strip between two pieces of wood, and it had a hanger on it with these little guys, and I thought, hey, it was, well, I'm going to just show you, $12. That would be a great way to display a finish. It's pretty wide. I think it's about, looks like it's about 12 inches. And I could paint it. I could change out that to a ribbon, the cord. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, but I just thought, boy, that's a quick, easy way if I could figure out Susan Standley's hem stitch one of my small samplers and display it with this. Filoli is this really amazing, it's an amazing, owned by the state of California now. So it's in the trust there, and it's like Wonderland. It has this beautiful mansion, and it's got these gardens that just are jaw-dropping. It's all run by volunteers, so there's docents. If I can find pictures, I'll put some pictures up. I am so excited. Okay, this is not stitching related, but I think a lot of you who stitchers also love history. There's a show in America, and I think it's probably pretty world famous, called Antiques Roadshow. And my sister Victoria sent me an email a while back and said, hey, they're doing a sweepstakes to get tickets to the roadshow. Let's all do it and see if we can get on. I sent in an entry, and I got 2 tickets to go to Antiques Roadshow at Filoli in California. It's like I won the lottery or something. I was so excited. Now, we have some paintings. I could take a painting. I'm not really even sure what I'm going to take. We can take 2 things. My husband's really excited. I make him watch the roadshow every Monday night. We'll sit there for like 2 hours, and I'll be stitching and watching. And he's into it now. So he's always like, wow, that's worth that. It's just amazing. Things that people pick up at thrift stores, or they've had it in a drawer, or they buy it at a garage sale. You never know what you're going to find. So I mean, I have lots of little things, and I have some jewelry I could take, some garnet jewelry, paintings. And I was talking to my sister, and I said, I don't know what to take. She goes, well, whatever you want to learn more about, that's what you take. You don't go with the idea of like, oh, I'm going to get on camera. That would be fun to be able to share stuff like that. But so that's my big news, is I get to go to Antiques Roadshow in June. Really looking forward to that. I'll have to take lots of pictures and keep you updated. If you're interested in that, I'll let you know how that turns out. So let's see, what else do I have? I have one more. Oh, okay, so next up, I wanted to show you this. I'm really excited. I found that on eBay, sampler stocking. I love it. And this is by Carriage House Samplings. Isn't that pretty? So maybe after I finish all of my Blackbird design stockings, I'll start this. Oh, so I got the flosses for anniversary. I went on to 123 Stitch because I knew I wanted to get that MPI silk, so I thought, well, I'm going to kit up at least one project from that. So that was my purchase. I'm trying to be really trying to scrutinize my purchases. I'm trying to really focus on trying to just pay attention to what I'm spending money on. So my cross stitch, I'm not, not buying things, but I'm just paying attention basically to what I'm getting. On that note, I did get this fabric. And this is something that I got last month. I just haven't shared it with you. So this is from Fat Quarter Shop. I got the Riley Blake. Oh, is it Fat Quarter Shop? It might have been Missouri Quilt Company. I think they do a daily deal where this was, I think, originally $40. I got it for $25. And it's got all of these adorable Lori Holt fabrics in it. It's called Cookbook. And those are all the fabrics. I haven't opened it to pull them all out, but you can see they're super cute. Fun colors. I want to do an easy quilt with it, just a throw. So I have an idea for that. And one more thing I'm going to share with you. Again, at a thrift store, I found one more of these guys. So a lot of people, and I know Merritt Crawford will take these and she'll make pin cushions out of them, and then you can put your scissors in the side there. Whenever I see them, I grab them. They're a couple of dollars usually. They're little candy dishes. So I have a lot. I have one that's like huge. I just keep buying them when I see them. And then this, I found this beeswax. Isn't that cute? It's a cake of beeswax, local beeswax supplier, I guess. It was at my local market. So I picked that up, and that fits in just like that. And my Dovos go on the side. So, okay, you guys know I love you, and I wish you all many peaceful hours with your needle and thread. Bye. Until next time.